teams are coming out from separate tunnels, separate changing areas because of social distancing, of course. There's Christian Pulisic, his first start since early January. Well, now, as you know, as you can see, games are being held without fans in the stadiums for the remainder of this season in the Premier League. However, as you watch here on NBCSN, you'll hear added crowd noise.
Hello and welcome back once again. I am DJ. I'm a streamer looking to do broadcasting for soccer matches, and today will be the first match that we'll be going through. We're going to be watching Chelsea versus Man City today. So I'll try to keep the timer up there in the left-hand corner where you can just see the very top corner of the stream. Obviously, cannot show most of the match due to NBC broadcasting rights. So we'll just be providing alternate commentary to what you would hear on NBC, particularly if you don't like the fake crowd noise that they've been pumping into games recently. But we'll be providing you mostly focused on play-by-play, but we'll have to add my color because I do not have a partner with me, but that's what we'll be going through today. And today we've got Chelsea hosting Man City in an absolutely massive match, as anyone who follows the Premier League will know. Liverpool is far and away leading the league, sitting at 86 points now to Manchester City's 63 in second. And if Man City does not win today, outright wins, so if it's a draw or a loss for Man City, Liverpool will win the title. If Man City wins today, they will play Liverpool next week at home, I believe, to see if Liverpool will win the title then. So big match here with another top four side in Chelsea. So City currently sitting in second place at 63 points. Chelsea sitting in fourth in those Champions League places at 51 points. Just 2 points ahead of United, but if they do win today, they will extend that lead back up to 5 points. Definitely a very tough match here for both sides, of course. Very strong lineup selected by the managers today. One thing you might notice a little bit different about the City lineup as we go through it is there will be an absence of Sergio Aguero, who is probably out for the rest of the season with an injury. And so it looks like Sterling is probably leading the line for City today. So you have Sterling up top with Bernardo Silva and Mahrez making the wingers, and a midfield trio of De Bruyne, Gundogan, and Rodri. With a back four of Mendy, Laporte, Fernandinho, and Kyle Walker, and Ederson in goal as usual. And then on the flip side for Chelsea, a pretty similar lineup structure here, with Giroud as the sole striker up top, Willian and Christian Pulisic making up the wingers, midfield trio of Mason Mount, Ross Barkley, and N'Golo Kante, and then a back four of Alonso, Christensen, Rudiger, and Azpilicueta. Interesting that he's gone, that Lampard has gone with a 4-5-1 of sorts today. Chelsea's been known for decent portions of the season to play with three backs in a 3-5-2, or a similar formation with three defenders, two wide wing backs, but it looks like today he'll line up in a more traditional format to match Pep's midfield. And here we go as the match is getting started here. Can't see the timer yet, but it will flash up there. If it doesn't, I'll make sure to adjust the screen so that it does. But I'll be walking you through the match here. So they're about to kick off. Chelsea does have possession to begin. Giroud's sitting here to take the kick. There will be a delay, of course, for the honoring the NHS service members who are in Britain and around the world fighting the COVID-19 crisis, and should be, as has been in most of the other Premier League matches, also a kneeling after the first whistle in support of the Black Lives Matter movement. So referee putting a whistle now, and they're all taking a knee. In support of that Black Lives Matter movement once again. And now the game has kicked off as Giroud sends the ball back to his defense, now with Christensen. It looks like we are missing the timer here. It's a little short, so give me 1 second. Adjust this. There we go. All right. Now my feed is lagging a little bit here. I do apologize. I'm going to try to clean up some of the other processing going on my computer. That's a little bit cleaner. We'll see if we can get full resolution back here. Throw for City on the right-hand touchline. City in their sort of lemonade, yellow, and red kits are going left to right on the screen. Chelsea and their classic blues going right to left on the screen currently. Ball pops out here to Kyle Walker. We'll push it ahead into a lot of space. We'll get the ball out to Mahrez now. Mahrez with a lot of defenders around him as he comes down the right touchline. We'll hold up, play the ball back into Rodri, shift it out to Mendy. Ball given away here to Christensen. I want to say I apologize again. I'm having a little bit of an issue getting the stream to play for me at full speed. So I'm just going to reset it here. If I can't get it up to full speed, I'll just leave the timer up, but I will watch on my phone and try to commentate there. I know it's a little bit inconvenient because the timer will probably be a couple seconds behind.
Of all the places you're looking forward to,
but I can give you at least a better picture of what's happening.
Where will you go first?
Kind of stuttering I'm getting out of my feed right now.
Wherever you may go, Lexus will welcome you back with exceptional offers on exceptional vehicles. Find out all the ways a Lexus can be yours at Lexus.com.
I'm just going through a Lexus ad right now.
Amazing at your Lexus dealer.
All right.
Okay,
and it seems to be working a lot better now. Rudiger out to Alonso. Alonso up the touchline. Pulisic quick ball into the center. Giroud's offsides. City will take over quickly here. Fernandinho. Now Walker. Back to Fernandinho. Now Laporte. Puts it out to Mendy. Entry pass is bounced around a little bit, but David Silva or Rodri comes out with it, sprays it out wide to Mahrez. Good defensive shifting by Chelsea so far, keeping City outside of the area, outside their 18-yard box. Here's a long switch from Laporte. First time header, and some good interplay here between Mahrez and De Bruyne. But Chelsea back in defensive position. Here's a cross from De Bruyne, but cut out by N'Golo Kante. Giroud goes up and wins the header, but Rodri brings down the second ball. Now Sterling. Oh, a nice cut pass in, and it's Bernardo into Gundogan, and Gundogan's cross comes off of Christensen, who knocks it out for a corner. First one of the game to City. You'll probably see a bit of a fluid movement among the three front players. Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, and Sterling, all traditional wingers or attacking midfielders sometimes in Bernardo Silva's case. So none of them really out-and-out strikers, so that it's unlikely you'll see Sterling isolated for long periods of time. As the corner comes in, it's short and cleared out by Giroud at the front post. But it's unlikely you'll see Sterling just kind of isolated up there trying to hold up play or hold the defender on his back. There will likely be a lot of interplay. There will be moments which you look up and think that City doesn't have a striker at all, for sure. Again, 5 minutes into the match here, a lot of possession for City, but nothing super dangerous as Chelsea has held their defensive structure well and kept City out of dangerous areas. Nice pass out here to De Bruyne, sitting on the left line. He'll look inside. Ball bounces around. Silva takes a stab at it, but doesn't make full contact, and it will roll harmlessly into Arrizabalaga's hands. Chelsea playing possession in their back, but Arrizabalaga forced it cleared out. And apologize again. I'm getting some buffering, so I'm going to go to my phone. and I will play it on my phone so that we can get up-to-date commentary until I can get the stream to behave. Alright, and I do have the stream now on my phone. Still trying to get it to work on my computer, but it can provide commentary from here. So we'll continue. Clock is at 6:40 right now. Barkley with a switch across the field here to Alonso. He's got a lot of space up the left line. Will get closed down by Mahrez. Shifts it back into Mason Mount. Looks for a long switch back to the right. But overhits his pass just a little bit. It's well controlled by Azpilicueta. He's forced to knock it back to Rudiger. Or sorry, Conte. Conte to Rudiger. Rudiger misplaces his pass to Mount, but unfortunately rolls to Alonso. Now Mount escapes the attentions of Riyad Mahrez. Gets it out to Alonso. Will whip it across, but it's low. Will be headed away by Fernandinho and collected by the City midfield. Good combination here into Sterling. Back out wide to Bernardo Silva.
Where will you go first? Will it be familiar streets?
Now Laporte.
Or perhaps unknown roads?
Port back to Fernandinho. Fernandinho out to Walker. Walker pushes ahead into space, getting closed down here by Ross Barkley. And Barkley does force him, Christian Pulisic, and Pulisic does force him out of bounds. De Bruyne now to Sterling. Sterling with Altabeni, cross inside, kicked away by Arrizabalaga. Willian collects and flicks it upfield, but it is controlled by Laporte. Now Mahrez into Walker. Now Laporte. All the way across the field, but it will just go a little too far for Mahrez to control, and it will go out for a goal kick. Kepa with the goal kick. Won by Fernandinho, but collected by the Chelsea midfield on the second ball. Now Willian tries to spray it out to an on-rushing Alonso, but it is deflected on its way. Pulisic eventually does collect and is able to keep possession, knocking it back to Rudiger. Now Christensen. Conte. Now Christensen again. Chelsea defense just playing it in between them, trying to keep possession. Kepa is forced to kick it long, and he will knock it out of bounds for a City throw-in. Now Laporte. Now Fernandinho. Walker. Fernandinho. Nice headed pass sequence there from City. Gets the ball down to Gundogan, who sprays it out to Sterling. Nice one-touch pass into Mendy. He's inside the box. Tries to go around a couple Chelsea defenders, but in the end, it's poked away from him by N'Golo Kante, and it will go out for a corner. Very nice sequence of play there from Man City through the midfield. Great one-time pass here from Sterling into Mendy. Unable to get a shot away, but does win a corner. Sorry, off of Azpilicueta, not Kante. Corner will come in now. Headed away by Kante. One back by Gundogan. Out to De Bruyne. Challenged by Kante. Will clip a ball into the box. Finds Bernardo Silva, who tries to head it back across, but does float his header a little too much, and Kepa is able to claim easily. It was a very nice ball from De Bruyne. Well weighted. Just maybe a little too far for Bernardo to get the proper contact on it to pass it back across the box to one of his teammates. Now some nice interplay from Chelsea. Finds Ross Barkley in midfield with some space. Splays it out to Azpilicueta. Plays the ball in behind. Williams in the box. Crosses across. And it is kicked away by Gundogan. It looked like it was on its way to Christian Pulisic on the backside of the box. Very nice heel flick from Giroud. Sorry, this is Pulisic pushing forward. Finds an on-rushing Azpilicueta, who passes ahead to Willian. Williams' ball looks like it's going to find Mount at the back post, if not for Gundogan's intervention. The first good sequence of play there for Chelsea. The nice interplay between Giroud and Pulisic, and a very nice ball from both Azpilicueta and Willian. Corner comes in, is headed away by Fernandinho. Mount attempts to volley that one, but doesn't get over it and sails it into the empty stands here at Stamford Bridge. There's Frank Lampard looking on pensively at best. I think probably a little concerned with lack of possession, but probably pretty happy so far with his team's defensive structure. City, again, not really generating any super dangerous chances, and Chelsea finally having their good first spell of possession there in the game. Port advancing slowly, finds Gundogan. Now Rodri. Out to Mahrez, or out to Walker. His pass deflected out of bounds. See the social distancing happening on the benches behind the two managers. Players and substitutions forced to be 6 feet apart. Also, as part of the recovery from the COVID-19 and Project Restart, both teams will have 5 substitutions, and there will be a water break at around the 20 to 25 minute mark in each half. So see that coming up here in about 10 minutes. Long ball from Ederson, unable to connect with Mahrez. Kepa will roll out to Christensen. Ooh, and a loose pass there from Kepa finds a scramble here in the box. Wow, and he was not offsides. A loose pass from Kepa was headed by Mahrez into the box where Bernardo Silva was unmarked. He was able to collect it and get a scrambled shot on target, which I think was blocked by either Kepa or one of his defenders, but very loose pass there from Kepa. And very dangerous opportunity for City. I think a lot of them thought that Bernardo was offsides, but the flag did not come up and was not whistled by the referee. Game will play on, and a chance, opportunity not taken there by City. Definitely a sigh of relief from Kepa after that very, very loose pass coming out of the goalkeeper. Now Chelsea in the attacking half will retreat to Azpilicueta, and now back to Christensen. Rudiger closed down by Mahrez. Man City closing down the Chelsea defense nicely here. Going to force Kepa into a long kick. Giroud challenges for it, but in the end should pop out here to Kyle Walker. Is forced to kick it long by the pressure from Pulisic. And Kepa will collect. Rudiger. Now Barkley. Barkley with a long pass out to the left. Finds Pulisic in stride. Collects it well with his head. Now cuts inside. Tries to pass it, but it's cut out by a recovering De Bruyne. And City will regain possession back to Ederson. Who passes out to Mendy. Now Gundogan. Walker. And Fernandinho. Slow, patient build-up play here from City. Do find Rodri. Sterling back to Rodri. Now into Gundogan. Out to Mendy. And he takes on Azpilicueta, but has it poked away. He's forced to send it back. On a rough tackle there from Barkley onto, I believe, an onrushing Gundogan. And, oh, sorry, not Barkley. Looks like Azpilicueta. Seems to have clipped him. A little tough from that angle. We'll see a replay here. Yeah, just misses the ball. Clips in late there as Gundogan's trying to pass and hits him on top of the foot ankle area. Definitely a foul. A free kick will come in from De Bruyne here. 5 City players in the box. It will be Mahrez, actually. And a flicked header and a great save from Kepa. Wow, that was a training ground routine there from City. Is actually Fernandinho coming out of central defense there, making a run at the front post and a great ball in. He gets a good contact on the flicked header. And Kepa has to be quick to get his hand up as that one was headed into the goal. Very nice save there from the Chelsea keeper. And a nice play, nice free kick routine from Manchester City. The ensuing corner about to come in from City. Mahrez will take. Rudiger will head clear. Collected by City and all rolled all the way back to Ederson. Now Mendy. Back to Laporte. Now Fernandinho. Good pressure here from Chelsea, but better passing from City. Escapes, is out to Mendy now into De Bruyne. Closed down by 3 Chelsea players. Gundogan across to Kyle Walker. He'll look inside. Fernandinho steps forward. Nice entry pass to Mahrez, but the return pass too hot to handle. Now Pulisic out to Mount, but he can't get his foot on it. City will recover possession. Laporte slowly advances here. Just put his foot on the ball. Play it across to Fernandinho. You can see the line from Chelsea. Defensive line starting at about half. Very happy to concede possession in the opposing half and the earliest part of their own half. Look to put pressure as the ball enters. You can see Ross Barkley now charging at Laporte, who will find Mendy. Now some space on the inside for Rodri. Rodri with a clip pass across. Will pick out Mahrez. Takes a great first touch. He's up against Alonso here. Finds the inside pass. Good combination play on the right. Mahrez again. Now Rodri. Shifting the ball over to the left. Will find Sterling. Mendy on the overlap. City just happy to keep possession here. Slowly retreating as Chelsea pushes their defensive line up. He extends a little bit further this time, and Walker finds the ball from Ederson. Ball pinged around now. Finds its way to Laporte. Now up to Mendy with some space to run. Willian will chase him down on the left. Sorry, I lost the stream here. I'll let my phone stream catch up. All right. Willian chasing him down on the left. We'll cut it inside. Shot from Rodri is blocked by Conte. Headed away by Rudiger. And we have the stream again. I do apologize again for the some of the errors on the stream here. It just keeps buffering for me at times. My internet or my CPU maybe not as good as I thought they were. One or the other. Ball back in the City defense. Laporte. Back to Fernandinho. Still no goals for either side here. Not a ton of chances, really. Mainly the... Oh, and ball deflected here. Fernandinho will recover, pass back to Ederson. Mainly just the City header off of their set-piece opportunity from Fernandinho. Chelsea had a decent ball across the box from Willian that was cut out by Gundogan. That is about all. It's about all there is for our chances so far. Here's Gundogan. And into Mahrez, who is able to take a touch past Conte and gets clipped. We'll get a foul about 30 yards from goal here. Yeah, very nicely lets the ball roll across his body, and Conte's first challenge just clips him on the foot, misses the ball. That is enough to throw him off balance. And we will get the water break here now at the 22:40 mark. 22-minute mark here. Again, these are implemented as a way for teams recovering their fitness after being out with the COVID-19 crisis to make sure that players are not getting injured right after coming back from break and are able to regain match fitness over the remaining 8 or 9 matches of the season. I'll take this chance to eat a little bit of my lunch if you'll excuse me for just a second. It's a little different than normal streaming a video game in that regard, because if I'm playing TFT or League, I can probably keep talking as I'm eating or playing as I'm eating, but a little hard to... And here's this chance from Bernardo Silva, actually. They're showing the replay, and he did look like he was on sides from that clearance from Kepa. But yeah, a little tough to commentate at the same time as I'm eating, so... Play will resume from the free kick. De Bruyne out to Walker. Played short now out to Mahrez. Will take on Pulisic. Back into De Bruyne, who has some space. He's going to take a shot here. It is deflected by Alonso. Out to Walker, who will cross to the back post. Well won at the back post by Ross Barkley. And will collect and will be given a foul from a push in the back from Fernandinho. And the danger is cleared by Chelsea. Kepa looking for his pass here. Will elect to go long. Easily one header by Laporte. Will be collected by Chelsea. Barkley with possession now, and Azpilicueta, who will kick it off of Bernardo Silva for a throw-in. Again, not a lot of action going on in this match. Definitely very cagey, with Lampard's side sitting very deep, trying to squeeze space, keep City from being able to pass and keep possession outside of their 18. And so far, City has found it hard to break that down. Just a couple of opportunities here. And so far, Lampard and the players will be pretty happy with how they've set up to kind of starve City of goal-scoring opportunities or generating goal-scoring opportunities. But City, as usual, will certainly keep probing and are not shy about having the bulk of possession as Ederson goes long here. Ultimately, is collected by City in midfield. Now Gundogan. Played into Silva, but the ball back is loose, and Chelsea are able to recover. Christensen. Knock it back to Kepa. Kepa into Conte. Conte out to Azpilicueta. Advance to Willian. Willian all the way across to Marcos Alonso, who is unmarked with space at the far side. Will cross on the ground. The initial clearance is not good, and it falls to Barkley, who takes a shot, but is deflected out for a corner. Pretty poor clearance there from a retreating City defense as Alonso's cross evades Fernandinho. Laporte gets a foot on it, but not enough to clear it out of the danger area. It falls to Barkley, who sets himself and has a shot. But fortunately for City, Fernandinho is able to recover and deflect the shot out of play. Now Willian setting up for a short corner. Pulisic cuts inside, gets across to the back post. It is headed away by Rodri. And Chelsea will play all the way back to Kepa and reset. Couple of the players on the Chelsea bench. Pedro available today, as well as Mateo Kovacic. Here's Walker. Cross to Laporte. Out to Mendy. Into Raheem Sterling, who's being hassled and harried there by Azpilicueta, who will win possession back for Chelsea. Swung back to Rudiger. Rudiger lays off to Kepa, who will launch it. Won by Willian, but De Bruyne collects the second ball and is able to control possession now as Walker has it. Laporte. Into Gundogan. Back to Rodri. Bit of a loose pass there, but Rodri's able to collect. Fernandinho out to Walker. Into De Bruyne. Ooh, and a nice heel flick there. Mahrez. Cross back to Laporte. Now Fernandinho. Now Bernardo with a little bit of room here on the right. Finds Sterling on the run. Sterling will be shoved off by Christensen after a bit of a loose touch. Well defended there by the youngster. Yeah, just gets his body inside of Sterling here after a bit of a loose touch and sees it out of bounds for a goal kick. Here's Chelsea keeping possession inside their box. Displays it out to Alonso, who's pressured by De Bruyne. Get it back to Rudiger, whose clearance finds Willian. Nice pass in from Alonso, and they are able to collect. Mason Mount does have it poked off him, but it will remain with Chelsea. This Chelsea side again looking to keep control of their Champions League places. Currently, considering the UEFA investigation on Manchester City, for violation of financial fair play rules. Currently, if it were to go through the top 5 in England, the 5th position would also go to the Champions League, as City is in 2nd. But Chelsea trying to control their own destiny and remain in the 4th spot, which is typically top 4 will go to the Champions League. Apologize here as my stream has frozen up again. We'll reset it. Back on the phone, we have Chelsea in possession, looking up the field. They do find Giroud. Good flicked pass into Mount here, who finds some space out on the right. 3-on-3, but the pass from Mount is just a little too short. It's able to be picked off by Mendy, who was able to clear. A bit of a good opportunity there wasted by Mason Mount. Is some good interplay from Chelsea, from Giroud to spring him free, but his pass asked a little bit too much of, I believe, Ross Barkley.
Experience.
Here's City. Mahrez trying to break away. Will find De Bruyne in some space. There are 3 players up with him. Sterling running through the lines here. De Bruyne will hold on to possession. Will find a on-rushing Gundogan wide. Touches inside. Oh, but his pass to De Bruyne is cut out by a retreating Mason Mount. Well played there to read the pass. And now Chelsea coming back the other way. Willian on the left side. He has Alonso in support on the left. Finds a run from Ross Barkley, who's got some space to cross. Will cut one in, and it's dangerous. Cut away, and I believe saved by Ederson. Now it's out to Alonso, who crosses. Good touch by Mount. Good interplay. Mount with the cross across goal. And I believe Ross Barkley is offsides here at the back post eventually. No, it looks like he's not, and the shot saved here. Good sequence from Chelsea. The most dangerous chance of the game by far. It all starts with Barkley making a run in behind. His cross is almost poked by, I believe, Pulisic. Gets it out to Alonso, who finds Mount. Exchanges passes with Giroud and flashes it across goal. And Barkley's not offsides, and Fernandinho has to recover to poke that one out for a corner. So very fortunate that City has not fallen behind. On the ensuing corner, headed across as Ederson comes out to challenge. Not able to control it, but the follow-up attempt by Azpilicueta on his weaker foot skews harmlessly wide. But definitely some dangerous chances here as Ederson was forced into another save from Christensen's header. And Chelsea starting to get some opportunities here at the 32-minute mark. Probably a little unfortunate not to have the lead after that series of play. Now City back in possession with Walker. Back to Fernandinho. And across to Laporte. Now Walker. And Mahrez will cut inside. Oh, it almost beats Marcos Alonso. All ends up, who's bailed out by Rudiger in the right position to cut out Mahrez's touch. City does win possession back. That looked like a handball. And no, it's not a handball. Will not be called as Gundogan able to keep possession for City. And stream is back up. Thanks for being patient with me. Ball's out to Mendy now. 34 minutes into the match here, still 0-0. Chelsea certainly with the best chances of the game just a couple minutes ago on a run through from Ross Barkley and the ensuing corner, a header saved by Ederson from Andreas Christensen. Here's Walker taking on Willian. Will beat him and get fouled out on the right touchline. Good play there from Walker. Little shimmy here. He's able to get Willian off balance, and his follow-up tackle nowhere near the ball. Throws his body across Walker, and Walker draws a foul. Now De Bruyne. And Mahrez standing over the ball. Could be an in-swinger from Mahrez. Will be a De Bruyne out-swinging kick. Well-headed clear by Chelsea to avoid. Oh, and a scramble at the back here as City's defenders have confused each other. Gundogan and Mendy misses the tackle, and Pulisic is through! And Pulisic scores! An absolutely disastrous set of defending there from Benjamin Mendy and Ilkay Gundogan, and Pulisic punishes them, taking the ball, beating Mendy off the dribble, and finishing smartly into the right-hand corner past an on-rushing Ederson. And you can't believe what you've seen from the City defenders here. This is absolutely schoolyard stuff. Gundogan wants him to go wide. Mendy passes it to Gundogan 2 yards away from him, and it just falls to Pulisic, who absolutely scorches Mendy. All ends up and finds the bottom right corner with his finish. Very, very composed, very, very efficient there from Pulisic. One opportunity, one big opportunity, and he is not missing. Great, great finish there, tucked into the bottom right corner. And Chelsea lead 1-0. Showing Liverpool fans excited on their stream here as, again, a Chelsea win or draw here means that Liverpool will be champions of the Premier League for the first time in 30 years. So very good for those fans and very good for Chelsea fans now as they push again. If this result were to hold, 5 points clear of Man United in 5th position on 54 points. Now City back in possession. And now 1 goal up, you can expect Chelsea to be even more, to set their line even deeper, be even more resilient defensively. Oh, but here's a mistake by Marcos Alonso out on the left. As the ball comes out to Mahrez, Mahrez takes his first touch around him and he's taken down by Alonso. Will draw a yellow card for that challenge. Let's take a look at the replay here. It's a great touch by Mahrez. There's not a lot in that. Alonso definitely does get an arm across him. Does kind of throw him back a little bit. It's not terrible, but at full speed, probably enough to convince Mahrez, if it wasn't him going down on his own, to go down, and draws a yellow card and a free kick in a promising position here for a City. Here's De Bruyne. Short to Mahrez. We'll have a strike. Oh, and it just misses the top left part of the goal there. Nice, again, another nice set play here from City. Mahrez runs over the ball. De Bruyne finds him short, sets him up very nicely for the shot to the back post. It just gets a little bit under it, and it's always rising. Gets good contact, but just a little too far under it. And doesn't keep it down at the height of the goal. And at the end of the day, it's a pretty safe one as Kepa watches it sail over his crossbar. Here's Chelsea trying to play out of the back. We'll keep possession here. Eventually won back by Gundogan. Now to Mendy. Mendy being harassed by Giroud. Chelsea able to win the ball back. Finds Rudiger. Out to Marcos Alonso. Back to Rudiger. And back to Kepa. Slip it into Conte in midfield. We'll find Mason Mount. Out to Pulisic. Pulisic will cut inside. Cross to Willian. Willian to an overlapping Azpilicueta. Will look for the cross. First time. It's deflected by Mendy. Gundogan will collect and clear. Here's Conte. Crossfield ball looking for Alonso. Will evade Kyle Walker, but Alonso, not anticipating that the ball would go over Kyle Walker, takes a poor touch and it does sail out of bounds. Chelsea able to win back the ensuing throw-in. Conte with the ball now. The goal definitely seems to have emboldened Chelsea here. They seem more comfortable in possession, getting it higher up the field, pressing in waves now a little more aggressively. Will keep their defensive shape when City has possession, but definitely seem to be picking up. Have had some of the better chances in the game, and that goal has definitely given them some boldness, some courage to push forward, looking a bit like the better side right now. Now here's Rudiger. Out to Pulisic. Pulisic drives forward. Into Giroud. Out to Willian, but Mendy reads it well. Is able to force Willian into a mistake. Will collect. Here's Fernandinho. 40 minutes here, so 5 minutes plus a couple of stoppage time remaining. Probably somewhere in the range of 1 to 3. Haven't been too many stoppages in this half. Ball's back to Ederson now. Now Mendy. Gundogan. Rodri. Into Silva and out to Mahrez. Walker. See Chelsea here in their defensive shape. Everybody, all 11 men back behind the ball. Giroud and Mount highest up, then two banks of four. Pressure on a Sterling here. Rodri will go out wide to Walker. His pass forces him a bit wide. Into Silva. Now Gundogan. Into Mahrez. To Browner. Browner will look to take him on. Beats Giroud. Ball bounces back to Mahrez. Fakes a shot out to Mendy. Back to Mahrez. City just trying to find an opening here on the edge of the 18, but Chelsea very resolute, shifting nicely, cutting out passing angles. There's a nice pass into Mendy. Back across. Oh, and nobody's there. Here's Walker at the back post into the middle, but it's cleared away by Mason Mount. A good attacking spell there from City. Nice pass in behind the lines here from Sterling. Mendy with a well-timed run. Does look to be just a fraction off sides. And his ball's flashed across the face of goal just in front of Kepa, but no City players on rushing, and the resultant pass from Walker is able to be cleared. I'm pretty confident that had that goal gone in, or there been a goal there, VAR would have reviewed that. Did look that Mendy was just a fraction off sides as he made his run there. Here's Silva. And Rodri. Sees Mendy wide. Now Gundogan. Into Rodri. Walker. Laporte. Out to Mendy. With some space. 1v1 here with Azpilicueta. Will cross early, but gets way under it. Balloons it. Does find Mahrez on the back post. Alonso defends well this time. Is able to knock it out. Walker back to Fernandinho. Mendy stops the ball. Looks upfield to Sterling. Back to Mendy. It's always probing here as City, but again, the spaces are very tight, very hard to find that killer pass or find the space to make a move or a shot towards goal. Here's Walker out wide. Silva. Fernandinho. Laporte. To De Bruyne now. Oh, and a nice move there. Gets some space. Crosses. Is flicked away at the back post by Christian Pulisic. Does look like that ball may have floated out of bounds from De Bruyne beforehand. Here's a replay of this calamitous defending from City that results in the Chelsea goal. Once again, just miscommunication there between Mendy and Gundogan about who wants to take the ball and where they want to go, and misplayed pass, and Pulisic jumps all over it and makes no mistakes. Play resumes. A foul's called on Olivier Giroud going up for a header. Can see Pep in heated conversation with his assistants here, trying to decide what to do, as stoppage time here at the end of the first half will be 2 minutes. I imagine Pep and his staff will be looking to make some changes coming out of halftime. There just hasn't been quite enough sharpness in that attacking third to break down this Chelsea defense. They'll be happy with the possession they've had, but they won't be happy with the lack of chances they've created, and frankly, the sort of low quality of the chances that they've created. We'll certainly be looking to have a little more impetus, a little more drive in the second half here to break down what should become an increasingly cautious Chelsea with this 1-goal lead. Here's Mendy. 1 minute left of stoppage time here. Laporte. Pass picked off by Conte, but knocked out of play. Laporte going to go long here. A little bit too long for Mahrez. It will sail out of bounds. You got to be thrilled if you're Frank Lampard. You set up your team to be defensive, to counterattack, to try to withstand City, and they've done an excellent job defensively. Limited chances, limited space around their box, and though it was from a fortuitous error from the Man City defense, his team was alert. Christian Pulisic was alert and ready for the chance and was absolutely clinical in finishing that chance. And he'll be thrilled going into half with this 1-goal lead. Able to keep his defensive structure and keep the game the way he wants it to be, I'm sure. City will throw their players forward for one last chance here as we tick over the 2 minutes of stoppage time. Is headed away and cleared by Willian, and that will do it for first half action here at Stamford Bridge. At halftime, Chelsea leads Man City 1-0, and Liverpool fans are excited everywhere as if this result holds, they will be the champions of the Premier League. We'll be back with you after halftime messages. Thanks for joining. I'm gonna eat lunch now. Apologize for eating on stream, but we can sit here and chat about the first half a little bit. I'm not going to go into too much depth, I think. Pretty clear half there. I mean, Lampard's team is in a very defensive shape. They're playing in the 4-5, 3 midfielders, 2 wide players, and 1 forward, but from the beginning of the match, they've certainly been holding a deep defensive line. If you look at the lineup cards that I have on stream here, Pulisic and Willian are placed high because that's where they would normally play in a game that you'd like them to, but the line set by Giroud, Willian, and Pulisic defensively is definitely much closer to half, and you would see Conte, Barkley, Mount there dropped deep sort of in that space between the bottom of the center circle and the top of the D outside of the 18, with the defenders kind of hanging out just a little bit outside their 18. So very defensive. He's clearly set up to counterattack, doesn't want to battle City with possession, and it's worked so far. City have not been super sharp. Chelsea have buzzed around defensively. They've been in good positions. They've limited their space. They've limited chances, and they'll be very happy with how it's gone. It looks a little slow, certainly, and it looks like they're being dictated, but when you are the possessing side in a game like this where the other has elected to give you possession, really the standard you're judging yourself on is, A, number of chances you create, or it's probably B, more so A, like quality of chances you create, and B, number of chances you create, right? You need a couple of quality chances to score. You're not going to get that many, typically. Or if you can somehow be really sharp and create a lot of chances, right, then you can really unseat the defensive side. But City really have had neither of those things. So you have to say they'll be pretty disappointed with their performance after that half. And obviously for the goal, just absolute nightmarish, calamitous defending. Like, that's the kind of stuff that happens in rec leagues on Wednesdays and Sundays, not in Premier League games. But, terrible mistakes happen to everyone at times. It's just the timing's very unfortunate and quite embarrassing for players at that level. A lot of credit on that goal should go to Pulisic, though. He played that absolutely perfectly. I mean, jumped on the pass. He still had Mendy to beat. And I think Mendy kind of makes a mistake really even diving in. Since Gundogan is there with him, if you're Mendy, what you really want to do is just force Pulisic wide. He's alone, right? He has no one to pass to. The only way he really scores is if he's able to dance by you or get somewhat central to get a shot off. But I think Pulisic kind of baits him into thinking that he can keep pace with him. He's not, you can see he's not sprinting, and there's a very clear change of pace when he sees his opportunity, and he just kind of flicks the ball past him, and he's just gone. I mean, Mendy kind of sticks his leg out, hoping to get something really. I'm not really sure why. He should potentially use his body, but Pulisic's pretty quick. And he shows it there and just skips by him. And it's a great finish. So really nicely done by him. Very, very clinical. Very clinical. So NBC is going through some of the chances here. So you saw the flicked header. Man, here's the goal. Oh, jeez. It's bad. Holy crap. Gundogan wants him to go wide so he can pass it to him. Oh, yeah, it's bad. Yikes. Gundogan wants Mendy to go wide here so he can pass it to him and keep possession, right? And like the other two players, De Bruyne and Mahrez, sit up like they don't even track back because they shouldn't have to track back, right? They're like, that's easy possession. I just get it all wrong, and Mendy just doesn't communicate. Just passes it to Pulisic, and then, yeah, he stabs it in there. There's no reason to stab like that. Like, again, Pulisic's alone. He's no one to pass to. He can't score unless he holds the ball long enough for someone to come support him, or if he beats you on the dribble. And if you just play it slow, you have Gundogan with you. If you force him wide, it's tough for him to beat you on the dribble. And instead, he kind of dives in there and just gets scorched. I would turn on NBC commentary for everyone, but I'm not really sure what the copyright laws are there, so I'm not going to risk that. Again, I would recommend if you're watching this, stream. Obviously, I'm trying to sync it with the NBC broadcast, so I would highly recommend that you have my stream open if you like to listen to my commentary. But definitely be watching the game on NBC stream. That's your best bet for sure. They've always had a nice production as well. I'm doing this broadcasting because I enjoy it, and I'm hoping later in life to be a broadcaster for the MLS. And so this is a good way to practice and show what I can do, and also have a good time doing it because I actually really enjoy doing this kind of stuff. Talking about the match, broadcasting the match. It's pretty fun. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it along with me. But yes, please do tune in to the official NBC Sports app and or NBCSports.com and get the broadcast from there. That's what we're syncing up with. They're showing off some Liverpool fans celebrating here. I'll be honest, this is obviously personal opinion, and I tried to stay unbiased during the broadcast, but I am a Manchester United fan, even though I'm wearing a Dortmund shirt. This is just an old jersey I have. My roommate is an absolutely massive Liverpool fan. I'll have to ask him after the game, but I kind of get the feeling that a lot of Liverpool fans, they just want to win the title, but the title's pretty much guaranteed at this point. They're going to win the title. If I'm a Liverpool fan, it would be pretty nice to have a guard of honor at City, but I think it would be even better to beat City at City to win the title after they've won it the past 2 years. So I think that would be pretty sweet. So I don't know. I'll have to ask him afterwards and see what he says. But I feel like there are a lot of Liverpool fans who, even if they win it today, if City lose, will be a little bittersweet because they will have wanted to beat City at City in like a big important match. Like, yeah, we clinched the title on you. Yeah. But we'll see. Also, please let me know how you like the lineup cards. I think next stream I'm going to try to go to a website my roommate recommended called FootMob that shows the pictures of the players' heads and has some match ratings in there. I was just having trouble getting it in a proper format. We tested this a couple days ago and we were able to get it to work, but like FootMob has like the lineups on it, but then like half the page is the lineups and half the page is just like the words and matchups and all the stuff going on in the soccer world. And so, like, I don't want you guys to see that. I want you just to see the lineups. And so we were trying to get it into the proper format. I was trying to get it today before the stream, but I couldn't seem to get it to work, even after going into developer tools and trying to, adjust the format to like a phone or like an iPad. So we'll look to do that one next time. I personally like it a little better because I think the ratings are nice, the heads are nice, and then I won't have to adjust things. It'll adjust automatically as substitutions are made. But if you guys like this lineup card better or it's fine, just let me know. We can also go through like our personal I can talk about what I think for match ratings for each of the players afterwards, and we can even like check FootMob and compare them, or check some of the websites out there or ESPN articles, and kind of see how we match up. Mendy's getting like a 4 right now, so or 3. So I'm trying to see if I can get FootMob to work here, so I could give an example of what I'm talking about. But it's not really behaving again. I wonder why that is. It was working 2 days ago. Yeah, it's not seeming not to work here. We'll try and set it up for next time. See if I can get it to behave again. Huh, that's weird. I'm doing the same thing I was, but not getting the same result. Okay, yeah, well, we'll just have to stick with this for today. Players are coming back out here. Second half will get started here in just a second. For context, also, I guess if anyone's wondering why I like soccer or no soccer, I am a former college soccer player. I went to University of Chicago, graduated in 2017, and I was a center back there for all 4 years. And I am also the current color commentator for the men's team, so I started doing color casting for them, and like I said, really, really enjoyed and wanted to continue and get better. And pro is kind of the dream, so that's where I'm from and kind of how I arrived here. Can answer more specific questions as we get more viewers or anyone decides to tune in. But yeah, that's how and why we're here. Second half has resumed here, so pop back in. Ball's out wide here with Gundogan. Now back to Mendy. Now Laporte. Oh, his pass is picked off by Willian. Went right at him, but the return pass is picked off by a Man City defender. Bounces to Sterling. Sterling is rode off it by Azpilicueta. Now Willian has his pass deflected. Now Walker. Rodri. Bernardo. Doesn't appear that either team changed anything at halftime. A little interesting from Pep, considering... little interesting from Pep Guardiola, considering he has access to 5 substitutions. First half really not going very well for City. Might have expected something. Here's Mendy with a shot, but it's straight at Christensen, who takes it right off the head, and he is down on the ground. Definitely good defensive play, and Kepa was able to catch, but came right off of his forehead here. Well shot by Mendy, and yeah, he looks to be in some pain here. This one definitely hurt. Took it right off the crown, too, kind of lowered his head, and you hope that he does not have a concussion or something of that nature, but that was shot very hard directly off of his head. Kurt Zouma now warming up on the sidelines just in case, but we do hope the best for Andreas Christensen here. Certainly attentive and listening to the trainers right now seems to be all right, but with an event like this, any sort of head-related impact, definitely concerned that there may be concussion here, and we've seen things like this be handled very poorly in the past. Some examples being Christoph Kramer in the World Cup final, so definitely want to be as careful as possible with these head injuries. City substitutes getting warm here. Gabriel Jesus, Alexander Zinchenko. Now Christensen is back on his feet. He's breathing fine, is responding to the trainers, but again, not sure if he's feeling dizzy or how his headspace is right now. He's in conversation with the trainers. I think they're just trying to make sure that everything's A-okay here. Still does look a little bit wide-eyed here. They're giving the thumbs up. We'll keep an eye on this one. And he will receive the ball right away here from Kepa. Okay, stream check. It's a little off time now, though. Try to reset this guy. He's a little bit behind. Ball's in City's possession in defense. Laporte has it. We'll hit it back to Ederson here. To Gundogan. Back to Ederson. The player's pretty high up the field. City going to try to play out here. Applying good pressure there is Willian. Ederson with a nice ball out here to Kyle Walker. Walker will look up and not have a lot of options, but will find a slip pass into Rodri. Rodri forced to check his run. Will look across the field, but his pass is picked off by Azpilicueta. Conte's pass is a little tough to collect, and the bobbling ball eventually finds its way to City. And my stream is back up to speed here. Ball's out here on the left with Mendy. Now back into Laporte. Now Fernandinho. And Walker. He's still just trying to probe, trying to find something, trying to find some gap. And Rodri rides the challenge there. Mason Mount finds the spacer to Browna on the right, who's been a bit of a peripheral figure in this game. It's Mendy trying to get the ball out from under his feet. Finds a nice pass into Bernardo Silva. Faces up against Barkley inside the 18. Looks back for Mendy, who takes a shot but gets way under it and skies it. Just lost concentration there, I think, as he gets way under that ball. Maybe he tries to hit it too hard. We'll have a look at the shot here as the cut back. Yeah, I think he had enough time. I think he just mishit it. Maybe trying to swing too hard, but yeah, just gets way under the ball and just skies it. So chance wasted there by Mendy. Here's Chelsea up the line to Pulisic, but he will be robbed of possession by Kyle Walker. Finds Gundogan inside. Back outside to De Bruyne. Looks for a long cross here, but uncharacteristically for him, gets under that one and skies it to the back post and evades everybody, and it will go out for a goal kick. David Moyes in the stands, West Ham manager, as they continue to try to escape the crowd of relegation. West Ham sitting down and about. Check the exact position here. Down around the relegation zone. Now here's City up in front, and Mahrez will get fouled just outside of the Chelsea box by N'Golo Kante. Nice entry pass from De Bruyne, finds Mahrez, and He's just taken down by Conte. Yep, certainly a foul. All up inside of the legs. Keeps him from running. Potentially lucky to escape a yellow card there. That was a pretty dangerous position. One of the few City have had. He will. Now 2 changes being made here by Pep Guardiola, as it looks like Gabriel Jesus and David Silva will come on for Bernardo Silva and Rodri. So I'm going to need to make some updates here to the lineup card. Give me 1 second. So with Gabriel Jesus entering the game, we will see, and Bernardo leaving, we'll see Sterling. Here's De Bruyne's free kick, and he scores! That is an incredible free kick from Kevin De Bruyne. And City are right back in the match. All it takes is one chance, just one foul from N'Golo Kanté, and they are punished for their mistake brutally with an absolutely glorious free kick from Kevin De Bruyne. Kepa is frustrated with himself, but I don't think he had any chance. Oh, that is unbelievable. That is an unbelievable free kick from Kevin De Bruyne. The dip on this ball is incredible. Look at that. Knuckles perfectly. Tons of topspin. Just sinks in to the top left corner, just underneath the crossbar. Kepa is nowhere near it. That is a stunning goal, a stunning free kick. And here we are at the other end. Ross Barkley escaping the attentions of Laporte, but it is able to be poked away by Benjamin Mendy, and City able to escape that dangerous chance there from Chelsea. Barkley still picking himself up in the City box. It's wide here with Azpilicueta. Back to Willian. Now Christensen. Out to Azpilicueta. He will find the run of Mason Mount, who is in behind the City defense. Cuts it back, but it's easily put behind by Laporte for a corner. That was an unbelievable strike from Kevin De Bruyne. My word. And as I was saying before we cut back to live, you'll see with Gabriel Jesus coming into the game, Sterling will move out to the left. To his left wing positions. Jesus will move up top. Here's a corner from Chelsea. Headed back in by Giroud, but easily claimed by Ederson over the head of Rudiger. Now here's a great pass from... Oh, it hits the post! It was a great pass from Mars into an onrushing Sterling, and his chip gets over Arrizabalaga, but it hits the post and comes back out. This game has opened up wildly in the last 3 minutes. After this City chance from Mars, the City goal, it is much more open than the entire first 53 minutes have been. And here's City again with some space. De Bruyne will cut back and look wide now. My word, a little bit end-to-end in the last 3 minutes. And if you are either City or Chelsea, but mainly Chelsea, you are not happy with an end-to-end game here against this City team. My stream is cutting out on me here. I'll look to the phone for a second. City with possession in their back half. Back to Laporte. Excuse me. See the City lineup updated there with David Silva now in midfield. And Gabriel Jesus up top with Raheem Sterling resuming his role at left wing. Here's Mendy inside. Back to Laporte. Cross to Fernandinho. Laporte out to Mendy. Now Sterling. Now Mendy and back to Laporte. A long pass from Ederson, not able to find that. Looked like a push back from Mason Mount on David Silva, and it is, and that will be a free kick. So here's the last chance from City being played on replay. Oh, that's a brilliant pass from Mahrez into Sterling. Takes it with his first touch, and the chip is good. It just hits the post square and comes back out. One thing to mention about this match is if this result holds still, Liverpool will clinch the title. City must win the game to stop them from mathematically clinching the title. So they will be looking for another goal. It does look like City have made another substitution. Alexander Zinchenko checking in here on the left for Benjamin Mendy. We'll update that at the next dead ball. Here's Walker looking to clip in a pass to Gabriel Jesus, but it's easily read by Marcos Alonso, who's a little relaxed on the ball, loses out to Jesus, and he will go down at the top of the box and draw a foul. In another dangerous position for De Bruyne. Go ahead here and update the lineup. It will be De Bruyne again, stepping over this ball. Plays short to Silva, clips it into the box. And there's some grabbing going on, and it looks like Laporte's complaining, but waved away by the referee as Zinchenko and Willian fight for possession. Willian will clear. And we'll come all the way back out to Walker. Steps into the Chelsea midfield. Finds a retreating Laporte, who resets to Zinchenko, to De Bruyne. Now out to Sterling. Into a run from David Silva. Will cross into Christensen and win Man City a corner. So here we are with the updated lineups, including the substitutions and who they were for. Here's David Silva in the corner. Kind of give it up to De Bruyne. Their fourth corner of the match here. 2-3 for Chelsea. This one is short and just doesn't get over the head of N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante at the front post. Ball will dribble out of play for a Man City throw-in. And we will have the first change of the game for Chelsea here as Giroud is substituted for Tammy Abraham. We'll get on that one. Here's City with possession in their own half. But it's picked off here by Mason Mount on a bad pass from Ederson. Here's the shot. Oh, and he shoots it wide into the side netting. And that is a glorious chance spurned by Mason Mount. It's a terrible pass from Ederson. Mount reads it all the way, dribbles into the box. Oh, and his shot is just disappointing. Nobody's on him. The angle's a little bit tight, but he just doesn't get around it, and it hits the side net instead of rattling the back of the net. It's well read by Mount, but just not the end product that he needed there. And a little bit unfortunate for Chelsea. They could have been back in a 2-1 lead there. Have the lineups updated for Chelsea now. It's a long pass from Fernandinho, easily won by Christensen. And it looks like they will get Mahrez for offsides. It will be a Chelsea free kick. See Ederson maybe still a little distraught over that near goal there. Huge chance for Chelsea created by his very poor pass. So we've seen one from each keeper today. One from Arrizabalaga early in the first half. And it's a bad pass from Kante. Forces Rudiger into an awkward clearance. But he is able to connect with Alonso. Oh, and a bad pass from Kante. Picked off by Man City. Here's Jesus at the top of the box. Finds an on-rushing Silva. Back to Jesus. Christensen on him. 2 players now, and it will be the 5th Man City corner here. But yes, one bad pass from each keeper. Arrizabalaga in the first half with a ball headed by Mahrez back into Bernardo Silva in the box. And then this one from Ederson straight to Mount. Really, most of the goals and chances, outside of a flicked header from Fernandinho in the early half have come from bad passes or mistakes as Chelsea's goal, obviously, from calamitous City defending. The only really spark of brilliance here from De Bruyne's free kick on 55 minutes or so. An absolutely glorious free kick, glorious goal. That will be a goal of the season contender for sure, as Rudiger clears the ball out here and clips De Bruyne on the way through. Can't say it's a foul, probably just an unfortunate coming together here as Rudiger takes a slightly big touch, clears it away, and just lands on De Bruyne's ankle. Certainly nothing wrong there, just clearing the ball away. Just unfortunate for De Bruyne, wrong place, wrong time, and pretty nasty clip there as Rudiger hits him high on the shin, potentially above the shin guard, and kind of rolls down the leg. Be a bit to shake that one off for De Bruyne. We have a buffering stream again. I'll reset here. Again, apologies for this. I will make sure to have this sorted, or just install a better timer. I wanted you guys to have the I wanted you guys to have the actual game timer, the actual timer for the Premier League games, but if that's not going to work, if I keep getting a buffered stream, then I'll definitely put in a different timer so that we don't have to rely on the stream. A question here from Jack asking me why don't I just stream the actual game and get more views, and here's the De Bruyne free kick again on replay. It's would be illegal for me to stream the game. You can't. NBC has broadcasting rights for this game, and so should I stream enough of the game to be the terminology would be if it is a suitable replacement, or replacement for the actual stream, that's illegal. That's me infringing on their broadcasting rights. So that's why most of it's covered. That's why you can only see the top left corner, to make sure that it's not a suitable replacement for the actual NBC stream. So as I mentioned earlier, highly recommend that you use the NBC stream and simply overlay my commentary with that. So as we get back in the game here, Fernandinho with possession. Skew it out to the right. Cross into the box, headed away by Christensen. And again, I've got a buffering stream here. Apologize. I think it's probably more of a CPU issue than an internet issue. I usually don't have these issues. This is my first stream, so do apologize for the issues. These are things I will look to clean up. We've come to the drinks break here at 67 minutes. So game definitely a little more open than it was in the first half. City definitely in the ascendancy since their goal, I would say, and definitely a threat to get this second goal. Obviously a mistake for Chelsea could result in it going the other way, but I think right now, if you're watching the match, City definitely the better team, and if you're looking for a second goal, I would expect it to come from City. The substitutions have been pretty positive so far. David Silva has had an impact on the match. been a little bit more. Jeez, that is such a good free kick. Holy crap. This one will be one that me and my friends are watching on highlight reels for quite a while. That is an incredible free kick. But yeah, City definitely in the ascendancy since the positive changes for Silva and Gabby Jesus. Gabby Jesus just a better probably target for City than Raheem. Raheem definitely, as I mentioned at the beginning of the match, more of a player who's going to kind of interchange with the top three and maybe not be an out-and-out striker. Here's a great pass in behind. Oh, wow. Very nicely weighted, and I believe from Alonso, it almost finds Tammy Abraham on the run, who was in behind Fernandinho. Definitely had the step on him, but the ball ran just far enough to Ederson for Ederson to claim it at the top of his 18-yard box. Just inside. Very dangerous pass there. Here's a nice entry pass to De Bruyne. His pass is skewed into Conte, who picks it off, but he cannot find Abraham, and it will go back to City. Nice entry pass here from Zinchenko. Silva able to turn. Looks back inside for Gundogan. Makes a nice move through two Chelsea defenders. Finds Raheem Sterling wide. He's isolated. Oh, an unfortunate little sequence there as Raheem's touch bounces off of an onrushing David Silva and goes out for a goal kick. Oh, and here's a ball through. In behind is Pulisic again. He touches it around Ederson, and oh my God, it is cleared off the line. No signal from the referee yet. And it is cleared off the line. I can't believe it. City almost caught out again with some calamitous defending, this time not of their own doing, but falling asleep at the wheel as what looked like a pretty simple clearance just takes Fernandinho by surprise, and Pulisic finds himself in behind again. He's able to get around Ederson, but just doesn't put enough power on the finish, and Kyle Walker is able to come back and slide and clear it off of the line, and Goal Line Tech tells us that that did not cross the line. We'll see a replay at some point here. Here's Barkley on the left side with a cross in, easily caught by Ederson, and will roll it out. As we see this replay, let's take a look. We did have an incident last week in the Sheffield United Aston Villa game in which Goal Line Technology did fail for what, to my eyes, is the first time I've ever seen it fail, where the ball clearly crossed the line off a Sheffield United free kick and was not caught by Goal Line Technology, was not reviewed by VAR, and they did not award Sheffield United the goal and were forced to apologize to them after the match. So we'll wait to see the replay just because of that incident, but does appear that Kyle Walker has saved this match for Man City, clearing that ball off of the line. Now here's David Silva. And Mahrez. Mahrez cuts inside. Oh, and does Marcos Alonso dirty. Absolutely cuts him up. Goes down in the box, but not enough contact to draw the penalty. Looks like he just tripped over the ball. Here's a replay of this Pulisic chance. We're going to look at the line. And no, it does not cross the entire line. Absolutely wonderful recovery by Kyle Walker to save this match in the 70th minute for Man City. Good to see that Goal Line Tech has gotten this one right. Half the ball crossed the line, half the ball did not. As we know, hold the ball, hold the line, must cross the entire plane of that line. And excellent recovery here as Mateo Kovacic will come into the game. Not exactly sure who it's for here yet. Also, Nicolas Otamendi will come into the match. It looks like for Laporte, which may be a concern for City. Aymeric Laporte was out for most of the early season with a major injury. Came back, of course, due to having more time to rest due to the COVID crisis, but if he's been subbed out here halfway through the match, not sure if it's for fitness or for injury. We'll get a confirmation on that Kovacic switch here in a second. Yes, and it is Laporte coming off for Otamendi. Now here's City on the attack here with Sterling out left with a little bit of space. Does cut it back. He's approached by Azpilicueta, finds De Bruyne. De Bruyne back to the newly substituted Otamendi. Newly introduced, sorry. Now back to Otamendi. Brown and Gundogan are deep here looking to get possession. This ball splayed out to Kyle Walker. Here's Otamendi. Zinchenko into De Bruyne now. Now Zinchenko. Looks for an entry pass, but it's well read by Conte and picked off. Looks for Willian on the outlet, who does have the beating of Zinchenko, who tries to hold him back, but he will continue to push on. 3v3 as he comes into the box. Cross is blocked. Second cross finds Tammy Abraham, whose shot is blocked. It's on the line, and it's still cleared by City. Somehow Chelsea have not scored there, and I cannot believe they haven't.
Lexus will welcome you back with exceptional offer.
3 opportunities to score that one. And it looks like they're asking for handball. We may get a VAR review here. Here's the first cross, blocked by Otamendi. Comes in Tammy Abraham. Blocked by Ederson. Blocked by Ederson again. Blocked. Oh, and it does look like it may be a handball. They're cleared off the line by Fernandinho. Let's take a closer look here. Yes, definitely a handball. Definitely sweeps it off the line. This should be a red card and a penalty. I think VAR should easily overturn this one. Right here. Yes. Maybe not a red card considering double jeopardy rules, but VAR should easily overturn this. This has to be a penalty. I was going to say it was incredible that Chelsea did not score that. The first cross blocked by Otamendi. Second cross finds Abraham, and his bouncing shot is saved by Ederson. The follow-up by Pulisic, saved by Ederson. Half cleared by Fernandinho. Need towards the goal by Tammy Abraham, and it does look like it comes off of the hand of Fernandinho, which is swinging forward. Yep, here's the VAR review, here's the penalty, and here's the red card for a clear denial of a goal-scoring opportunity with that outswinging hand, and it will be justice served by the VAR system here. So for once, video assistant referee gets it right. Don't hear that one being said too often. The much lamented system throughout this Premier League season, but definitely gets this one absolutely correct, and appropriate punishment is doled out here by the head referee after consulting the video assistant review. We'll see who Chelsea selects as their penalty taker. Have had a few missed this season, Ross Barkley being one notable one. And I think Fernandinho had to know it was coming. Willian will step up for this penalty after being the one who created the chance in the first place. Dashing past Zinchenko on the right line there. And doing a good job staying up as Zinchenko definitely tried to bring him down with a clear. And he'll step up, take the penalty, and easily scores into the top left corner. Excellent penalty taken by Fernandinho, or by Willian. And Chelsea lead 2-1. 76 minutes gone in the match here. 14 remaining for City to get back in it. And again, just a well-worked play by Willian. Had the chance to go down as Zinchenko tried to drag him back. Saw the opportunity to carry on. Pushed himself into the box, and his resulting set of crosses, the first one being blocked, resulted in Tammy Abraham being able to push a shot on goal and eventually push a shot into Fernandinho's hand, resulting in this penalty. And Chelsea now deservedly in the lead 2-1 after another clinical counterattack goal. So City now with 12 minutes to try to keep Liverpool from clinching. They'll need to score twice for that to happen. Definitely a tall task ahead of them now as my stream continues to falter. Chelsea in possession now on the right-hand side as Kovacic goes back to Christensen. Out to Kovacic again. To Azpilicueta. Looks like it was Ross Barkley that was substituted for Kovacic. I'll update that as soon as I get a chance. Here's a nice slip pass into Willian, who drives forward. Tries to find Azpilicueta on the right. Will eventually pop out to him. His cross looking to the back post. Cleared away by City defense, but only as far as Mason Mount, who's able to collect and find Kovacic. Now out to Alonso, back to Kovacic, to Mount, Conte, and reset into the defense with Rudiger. Now it's Azpilicueta. Conte. Chelsea happy to keep possession here, force City to come out of their shell as they need to chase this game. There's a driving run from Pulisic. Eventually forced off the ball by a combination of Gundogan and Kyle Walker. Zinchenko will put the brakes on and keep possession. As the ball finds its way back to Ederson. There's a long pass up the center towards Gabriel Jesus, but the header won by Chelsea. Jesus again tries to turn, but is shielded off of it by Tony Rudiger. It will fall harmlessly into Kepa's hands. He'll roll out to Christensen. Now Azpilicueta. Kovacic. Risky pass there into the center. Picked off by a retreating Gabriel Jesus. Now Gundogan. Now Silva. Jesus. Silva again. Out to Zinchenko, who will look to cross first time. His cross is met by Rudiger. Now Gundogan. Falls out to David Silva. Now out to Zinchenko again. In behind to De Bruyne. De Bruyne with two on him. Tries to take Christensen on, but Christensen is equal to the task and shields it out for a goal kick. Make an update to the Chelsea lineup for that change. So they show the replay of Willian's excellently taken penalty kick. Kepa clears into the path of Otamendi. He will find Gundogan, back to Otamendi. Now Silva. Out to Zinchenko, but picked off by Azpilicueta. Good read here. 2 on rushing. Azpilicueta and Willian on the right. Tammy Abraham at the far post. Here's the cross towards Abraham, but they get it wrong in the communication. Azpilicueta looks for the short ball across, and Tammy Abraham screaming at him, asking for the ball in a different place, but definitely not on the same page in that occasion. Now here's Zinchenko, back to Silva. Otamendi and Ederson. Good fight here from Kovacic. Almost strips Gundogan at the top of the box, but Man City able to recover possession. Here's Otamendi pushing forward. Back to Gundogan. Kyle Walker. And out to Raheem Sterling. Now out on the right. It's like flip-flopping with... Oh, great move there by Gabriel Jesus. Beating Kovacic all ends up. Finds Silva. See De Bruyne now hanging out in more of a advanced left position, trying to overload this Chelsea defense in search of that second goal. Here's Jesus to De Bruyne. To Mahrez. Zinchenko. Mount forces a retreat from City. Will reset with Otamendi. Now Gundogan. Now Otamendi. Out to Mahrez. Takes a good first touch. Tries to split two Chelsea defenders, but it bounces off them for a throw. Now here's Sterling. Taking on Pulisic. Gets a half step on him, uses his body well, and draws a foul on Pulisic on the right corner. Pulisic adamant he did nothing wrong. Looking at the replay, he's probably wrong, but it's not... Sterling running at full pace, even a small clip there would be enough. Not sure if Sterling dove on his own, but it looked to me like there was a little bit of contact as Sterling just used the left side of his body to shield Pulisic away from the ball. City will have a free kick in a fairly dangerous area here. 5 minutes remaining in regulation. Here's Mahrez. Cleared away by Rudiger for a corner. Sorry, Tammy Abraham. Quick corner taken by De Bruyne. Out to Zinchenko. Shifts his body weight. Crosses into the back post. Cleared by Christensen. Mahrez recovers. Now back to Sterling. Drives forward. Clips it in, but it is deflected. That should be... No deflection. Just a poor effort at a clip there from Sterling. So 4.5 minutes remain now for Man City to score 2 goals. Otherwise, Liverpool will be champions of the Premier League for the first time in 30 years. See there that banner just below the scoreboard. Fernandinho shown a red card in the 78th minute after the attack by Willian resulted in him clearing a ball off the goal line with his hand, resulting in penalty and a straight red card. For Chelsea's second goal, converting the penalty was Willian. So again, goal scorers today, Pulisic in the first half off of calamitous City defending, followed up by a brilliant De Bruyne free kick. We'll hold off here as Sterling is in the attacking area. Plays it back to Mahrez. Looks for a switch around, and then finally that third goal, the Willian penalty. Some good interplay here from Man City as Kyle Walker looks to play in Sterling, who is free, gets to the ball before it crosses the goal line, crosses it back, but it is headed away by Azpilicueta. And now the assistant referee says the ball did indeed cross the line, and it will be a goal kick. Let's take a look-see here. Yep, absolutely correct. Chelsea will take their goal kick short to Rudiger. Those unaware or new to the Premier League, a new rule implemented this season. Hold on here as City gets an attack, but easily cleared away by Alonso. You can now play goal kicks to a player within your own box. Opposing players cannot be inside the 18-yard box, but your players can. And here's Mount. And Rudiger. Chelsea happy to keep possession here, spread the field, play this clock out. Azpilicueta. Now Christensen, being pressured by Gabriel Jesus, will look long for Tammy Abraham. Will not connect. Otamendi will intercept. He will find Kyle Walker. Walker looking for a pass, eventually resets to Otamendi. Now David Silva. Now Kyle Walker. Sterling. 2 defenders in his path. Third one approaching. Not a lot of options. Will eventually finds a great split pass to David Silva. Back to Gundogan. Out to Mahrez. Long cross in here, but sails it a little too high over Gabriel Jesus' head and into Kepa's arms. We have 2 substitutions for Chelsea. Waiting on the sidelines here is Pedro. And one other player getting ready to come on here. Here's Mason Mount. Pulisic back to Alonso. Now Christensen. Kovacic. Bit of a splayed pass there from Azpilicueta back to Rudiger, but no harm, no foul. Is again happy to run this clock out as we approach the end of regulation here. We'll see probably 2 to 3 minutes of stoppage time, considering the head injury to Christensen earlier and some of the time taken to review the incident leading up to Chelsea's second goal. 30 seconds left in regulation. And that ball did sail out of play, so we will probably see the Chelsea substitutions here. Oh, nope, the quick wasn't offside, so no substitution. Offsides on Tammy Abraham. Here's Zinchenko. Oh, poor pass there again, picked off by Azpilicueta, this time from Otamendi. From Kyle Walker, but this time has the pace to catch up to the streaking Willian and will rob him of possession. 6 minutes of stoppage time, so even more than anticipated, but definitely not necessarily unexpected considering those 2 stoppages. Zinchenko here now harried by Kovacic will eventually draw a foul, though crumpled a little easily at the end of the day there. Chelsea will make their substitutions now. Mason Mount will come off here. Pedro will come on in his place. And Christian Pulisic, scorer of the first goal, will also be withdrawn. And Pulisic withdrawn for Billy Gilmore. Play does resume now as City looking for an attack with David Silva. Gundogan miscues his pass, but is able to recover. Long effort by Kyle Walker is picked off, but some sloppy play here. Eventually, Man City will recover possession. Now here's Zinchenko out on the left. His pass picked off by Billy Gilmore. Zinchenko may be punished afterwards for a cynical shove there on, I believe, Willian or Azpilicueta. Here's Pedro looking to curl one. Doesn't quite get the curl he wanted on it, but a very dangerous opportunity on another break for Chelsea. Great ball across the field from Billy Gilmore. Finds Pedro. Cuts inside, looks to get curl on this, but just not enough to get it into that bottom left corner of Ederson's goal. Oh, and Ederson actually got a touch to it. Wow, that is actually a spectacular save from Ederson, just getting his fingertips to that one. It did look goal-bound after looking at those replays, so a nice shot from Pedro and an even better save from Ederson. Now we'll look to take the corner short here. Willian and Kovacic in the area. Keep possession here with Azpilicueta with 4 City defenders around them, but eventually stripped by De Bruyne. Taken back by Conte. Eventually Gabriel Jesus will win possession. De Bruyne finds it. Takes a touch into the middle, but he's stripped by Pedro. But a foul called, I believe, on Gilmore for dragging De Bruyne back. City will have possession with 3 minutes to play here in stoppage time. Now here's Silva. Up to Gabriel Jesus. Try to find a connecting pass, but it is picked off, and Willian will find Pedro again wide. Sterling recovers and forces him back. Time is ticking away. 2 minutes now until Liverpool will be crowned champions. And before Chelsea will increase their lead on Manchester United to 5 points after a convincing win for Man U over the weekend, but beating Man City, definitely a huge benefit to Chelsea. It's a game many would have expected would go the other way. So points picked up in a match against a very difficult opponent will put them in very good position to maintain their place in the top 4. Now here's Otamendi pushing forward, clipping it out to Zinchenko. Poor first touch, but is able to win the second battle. Eventually poked away from him by Tammy Abraham, and the bobbling ball will find its way to Kepa. We'll wait for Jesus to arrive before picking it up. And now just a minute remaining in stoppage time. Liverpool fans, I'm sure, are beginning a countdown in their heads. Maybe not from 60, maybe from 30 or so. They've been waiting a long time for this one, and it looks like it is about to become reality. Ball forced back here by Chelsea. Ball spewed wide to Sterling. 30 seconds remaining now. Back to Kyle Walker. Sterling. Walker. Gundogan. Silva. Gundogan again. Into Otamendi, whose pass is deflected by Willian. He will arrive before Zinchenko, and he will probably try to run this clock out as he sends Tammy Abraham to the corner. He will not get there. It will be a City throw. He'll throw it in. Referee is looking at his watch. Ball's cleared up the field. And it misses Jesus. Kepa will hold. And this should do it on Kepa's clearance here. We'll roll it out to Rudiger. And that is it. The referee blows the final whistle. Chelsea are victorious 2-1. They go to 54 points in 4th position. And Liverpool now are the official Premier League champions of 2020. Their first top flight title since 1990. 30 years in the making. Congratulations to Liverpool FC, all of their fans, coaching staff, etc. on an excellent season and what could still be a record season if they're able to take all of their points for the remainder of the season. Man City will move on to play Liverpool next week and will be forced to give them a guard of honor in their own stadium as the first and second place square off. Chelsea's next match will be against Leicester City this Sunday at Leicester. So 2 tough matches for these 2 teams upcoming. Chelsea will be hoping to keep their run for top 4 going. City will be looking to get as much as they can out of the season, but nobody can catch Liverpool anymore. That is it. They are the champions, and it will be a day to remember for everybody around the club, every fan of Liverpool FC. With that, this has been DJ with my first cast of Chelsea versus Man City. Hope you enjoyed. For everyone that tuned in, we'll look forward to being with you in the future. And with that, have a good night.